Catering vehicles are on their way.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. I'm Martin Wenzel. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we are in Panama City, Panama. For World Tour Flight 180, we're going to try this flight again. We're still having problems with the Boeing 737-800 from PMDG. So we're going to fly from Tocumen International Airport in Tocumen, Panama, serving Panama City, up to Juan Santamaria International Airport in San Jose, Costa Rica. Instead of using the PMDG Boeing 737-800, we're going to use the Flybywire A32NX mod for the A320neo. Copa Airlines Flight 116. Real life flight takes off 350, but we're going to just do live time. Beautiful sunrise right now with the clouds and everything. We're using GSX Pro for the ground services, as you can see. And I feel, yeah, okay, that looks good. Waiting for my action. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, everything else we're doing. FS HUD ATC, but GSX Pro here. We got Air Culinaire catering, worldwide catering. So let's let them on the plane. Alright, frame rates are a little bit better in here. I don't know what's going on with the frame rate. Maybe it's my sampling. I might have to change that. Anti-aliasing. I don't know. So we'll see. What do I want to do? I want to do doors. Open the service door. I can't open the service door. I guess I can't open that one. Alright. So we had some technical difficulties, as always on these streams, it seems. Start OBS up, start the stream up, and it's uploading terrible rate, dropping, 50% of the frames. So it wouldn't have been much enjoyable to watch, besides me. Well, I was trying to say it in a self-degradating way there. Hey, Mika. Alright, let's start the boarding process. Frame rate is kind of sucking. I don't know what that is. Might be the anti-aliasing. They added that new setting in, so I have to kind of figure out where I want everything. Anyway, here we got the catering. He's just morphing through that door because that door doesn't open. We don't have the ability to open it. Alright, back in the GSX menu, let's start the boarding process so we can get on board, and then...
Boarding requested.
How did you turn on the game sound for Flight Simulator? There we go. Wonder why it was so quiet. Alright, let's get inside the plane and get it started up. Luckily we're doing the Airbus today, so I can kind of just get this thing going. No problem. Worried about the frame rates. We'll see how that goes. Still looking for the new graphics card. Waiting for those sales, hopefully. Alright, park and brake set. Let's see. Spoilers and flaps retracted. Master switches for the engine are in the off position. Normal for ignition. Looks like we can... Okay, door closed. They automatically close the door, but they don't automatically open it. So. Alright, I want to make sure our throttle is in idle. It is. Turn up these displays a little bit. Landing gear down.
Crew boarding
Anti-skid nose wheel steering on. Pilots are boarding. I am the pilot, so I've already boarded. Glare shield brightness. I like to just turn these all on so that right when we turn on the electrical power, it's nice and bright. Same thing up here, and make sure the wipers are off. They are, so we'll hit battery 1 and 2. We have external power. I'm gonna use this one. You see the crew coming on board and morphing through the door there. Oh,
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding starting.
Thank you.
crew supply. Yes, no. There we go. What was going on there? Still can't do the... Can't press some buttons now? Oh no! Why? Okay, why is everything taking... Everything's kind of jammed up for some reason. Okay. I thought our whole plane wasn't going to work. Looks like things are just taking a moment to figure out. Alright, so we got all that set up. Let's get into the fueling. So we have... Oh. Everything's really weird now. We are using the experimental version. I've never had that where it just beeps on me. Does that test, I guess? I suppose that's what it's doing. Was that the extent to the passenger boarding? That was really fast. Alright, I guess we'll just have to do the passenger boarding Pack X. That was a little weird. Alright, navs, the IRS lining up. Let's request our clearance, and then we'll set the the FMC up.
One, request clearance to Juan Santamaria with information. Golf.
Copa 116, clear to Juan Santamaria, flightsim.to Alpha, departure, runway 03 right, initial climb 3000, then as filed, squawk 6552.
Cleared to Juan Santamaria via sim.to Alpha, departure, runway 03 right, initial climb 3000, then as filed, squawk 6552. Copa 116.
Copa 116, read back correct. When ready, contact Tocumen ground 121.5.
When ready, contact Tocumen ground 121.5. Copa 116.
Alright, so we're cleared for initial climb 3,000 feet. And departure runway 3 right, SEMA-2 Alpha. So used to doing it this way. I don't actually need to do it this way now. Alright, so just pulling everything in from SimBrief. I've done this manually a million times, but it's nice to be able to just get it nice and quick in here. But we'll double check everything just to be safe. So there's the flight plan. Okay. There's the flight plan. Want to make sure our cost index is 5. Cruise is 360. Flight level 360. I want to go to the flight plan, and we do have our steps here. Seaman, Kudos, Ziba. And we have discontinuity. We're going to go to the click on this airport. Mike Papa Tango Oscar, Seaman 2. Or we're taking off runway 3 right first, and then Seaman 2 Alpha. For our standard instrument departure, insert that. So now we get a bunch more. Here is the discontinuity. And then same over here, we're going to just put it in. We have a short flight, so we're going to kind of jump on what we have planned. And then if they change it, we'll change it. ILS 7 Zulu coming in on bar 3I, India, there it is. Via, let's see, via Peru. Insert. Okay, so now we should have no discontinuities. Perfect. Alright, next page, radio navigation page. I'm going to throw this stuff in right now, so where's the flight plan for now? Bring up the navigraphs. Exactly the navigraph or the chart I want. This is for Costa Rica. I want to put in El Coco, which is TO, the VOR. The ILS 109.5, that will automatically populate, I believe. We'll put the course in 71. Looking at the go around. Yeah, 71, radial 71. Okay, and then we also want to put in a different radial for that VOR, which would be 116. Right there, that radial 116. So we're going to be using both of those if we do a go around. Alright, that's the radio nav page. That's all we need for now. That away. Performance page 2, or initial page 2, initialize init page 2. Now here's the funny thing. As soon as I want to, is the fuel truck going to show up? Or do I have to wait for all the cargo to come on board first? We kind of go so fast with everything else that the cargo's already on board. Or the cargo's taking things taking time. Actually, what I can do is go right here. Do it through the plane, get our stuff on board. Because actually, this is what controls your weights and balances for the plane. 200 kilos of cargo. Be real.
Make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also, be sure that the
welcome in, everyone. Glad to be back.
If you are seated in an emergency,
as I said, had to deal with some technical issues starting up, so that's why there was a.
Please make sure that you are able
I don't know, it's kind of annoying.
If you're
I've been starting OBS lately, starting these streams, and it started up, it was dropping half the frames, bit rate going up. I try to get 6,000 kilobytes per second going up. That's what Twitch's max is. YouTube can go way higher, but just going off of Twitch's. And then, but it was only going like 2,000 to 3,000. I started up again, and now it was only going like 100 to 300, which is, not I mean, it's almost like dial-up rates at this point. So I don't know what was going on, but it's been doing that on and off, depending on which stream I'm doing. So, but it looks like we got everything going. Stream hopefully is going good for you guys. Hope you're having a good morning or afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. So feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're from. If you're new here. Just waiting for, looks like the baggage handlers. I think the fuel truck will get called. For some reason they call the fuel truck, GSX Pro calls the fuel truck when we do the boarding process for the A32NX. When we do the PMDG, it doesn't call the fuel truck. And I'm able to use the PMDG fuel truck. So, and I think in order for the fuel truck to work right, we don't want to put any fuel on until it comes, which is realistic. So we're going to just... Okay, so there's our fuel. That's what we need. It's going to be a very short fueling anyway. Actually, it'll be 3 minutes. We'll probably do fast once it gets here. I can always switch that. Looking at the metadata, we got a pressure of 1008. Let's put that in on the panel here. Anything squeaky. Flight directors are both on. Just kind of jumping ahead here. Should throw the predicted wind shear on at this point. And we can lock the cockpit door. I'm noticing we're having some screen issues. I'm wondering if that's with the experimental version of the FS, not the FS, the Flybywire A32NX. I don't think that started when I was in the developmental. Flight director on, good there. Let's start the APU. Actually, I don't think we want to start the APU until we're done fueling. We'll wait on that. Doesn't take that long. I had Pack X going where it would only play the boarding music when you'd only be able to hear the stuff you'd be able to hear inside the plane while we were inside the plane. But I like to jump outside the plane, and I like to hear the music though too, so we'll do that. Alright, looks like the baggage is all on. One last bag. Passengers are all on board with Pack X. Actually, here's one more bag. Bag was kind of going through. Who's handling our baggage here? Or who's handling ground stuff? Copa Airlines, cool. Here at Copa Airlines handling. Perfect.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 116. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross-check.
Okay, maybe the fuel truck isn't going to come. It's kind of weird what GSX does. What am I looking for? Services. Cargo door is closed. Awesome. Alright, well, we'll go with GSX here and see if it wants to force the issue or not. If it doesn't, we'll just instantly get that fuel on. Whoa, what? I don't want to do that. Okay, fine. Do it like that. So I'm just gonna get that fuel on. Well, then we'll do the rest of our setup here. Just get that fuel on board. There it is. Okay.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And at page 2, fuel planning. We actually have 6.3 on board. Open up the calculator here.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Actually have the APU started. I'm doing everything wrong now because GSX always gets me a little confused. That looks like that truck is a little bit too far in. Okay, we want to go runway 3. Why do I never have the right chart for the airport? Alright, runway 3. We need to be pushed back with our tail to the right, nose left.
Locking gear.
Alright, I'm just gonna wait on that. It's just gonna bug me a few times, I bet. But we do have the APU, so let's start.
Release parking brakes, please.
Pumps on. Doing this all kind of out of order. Beacon light on.
Release parking brakes.
Yeah. Okay. So, shouldn't have asked for the pushback, but I didn't know if they were gonna call the fuel truck. It's kind of weird like
Release
that.
parking brakes, please.
Alright, here's the calculator. Our takeoff weight 66.2. Center of gravity is forward.
Release parking brakes, please.
Focusing on calculate.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright. B speed's 144.
Release parking brakes, please.
Yeah. Just getting a little thick.
Release parking brakes, please.
Oh, she's saying please at the end? That's nice. Flex takeoff 64 degrees Celsius. Flaps 1.
Release parking
Alright,
brakes,
we're ready.
please.
Now we can release the parking brakes, or actually, we just need to get rid of the wheel chocks. That's what it is. Oh no, it is park brakes. That's right, the parking brakes on this plane is way over here.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wing.
Alright, starting engine 2.
Bienvenidos a Copa Airlines. Probablemente ya está familiarizado con las nuevas normas de bioseguridad que hemos implementado para hacer de su experiencia de viaje la más segura.
Ahora le invitamos a repasar las medidas de seguridad de esta aeronave a través de un espectacular recorrido del Panamá que recordamos y el que pronto regresará.
Welcome to Copa Airlines. You are probably familiar with the new biosafety measures that we have implemented in order to offer you a safer travel experience. Now, we invite you to review the safety procedures on this aircraft during a spectacular journey in the Panama that we all remember and will return soon.
Regulaciones panameñas e internacionales exigen el uso de cinturón de seguridad.
Is he gonna keep turning the plane? Better than last time we tried this flight, I think.
Require the use of seatbelt. When the seatbelt sign is on, fasten the seatbelt by inserting the metal end into the buckle and
Alright,
tighten it by
starting
pulling the belt.
engine
To release
1.
it, lift the buckle or press the button.
Para soltarlo, levante la hebilla o presione el botón.
El equipaje de mano debe ubicarse en los compartimientos superiores o debajo del asiento delantero.
Carry-on bags should be placed in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you.
Si se ilumina la señal de
Cockpit to
ajustarse a los
ground.
cinturones,
We have a good engine
manténgase
start.
sentado
You
con
can
su
disconnect.
cinturón ajustado hasta que apague la señal.
If the fasten seatbelt sign comes on, remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the sign is turned off.
Regulaciones nacionales e internacionales prohíben fumar a bordo. Los baños están equipados con detectores de humo y está prohibido tocar, desconectar o destruir estos sistemas.
National and international regulations prohibit smoking on board. Lavatories are equipped with smoke detectors, and it is forbidden to touch, disable, or destroy these systems.
Going right through the engine there.
Las 8 salidas de emergencia de este 737 están marcadas con señales de color rojo y
Bypass
blanco.
pin remover.
Localice las 2 salidas más cercanas a usted. Todas las puertas están equipadas con toboganes de evacuación que pueden desprenderse y usarse como flotadores.
Alright, we have
The 8
good engine
emergency
startup.
exits
Let's
on this
go
737
back
are
to
marked
normal
with
for the
red
engine
and
mode.
white signs. Locate the 2
Ignition
exits
selector
nearest
or
you.
whatever we
All
need.
doors are equipped
Turn off
with
the APU.
evacuation slides, which can be removed
Seatbelt
and
signs
used as
are
flotation
automatically
devices.
on. We turn off light, taxi lights.
Si es necesario evacuar y la visibilidad es
Speed
reducida,
brake set,
las luces del
flaps
pasillo
to
y las
1.
señales de salida se iluminarán guiando a las salidas de emergencia.
If an evacuation becomes necessary and visibility is reduced, aisle path lighting will illuminate, guiding you towards the emergency exits.
Si
Si disminuye la presión, máscaras de oxígeno caerán del compartimiento superior
Alright,
de
weather
su
radar
asiento.
on.
Jale la máscara hacia
I
usted
think you want to wait
para
on that.
activar la
didn't you?
circulación de oxígeno.
So we're on the
Colóquela
runway, I
sobre
think.
su nariz y boca.
Oops, got the
Ajústela
request to push
alrededor
back
de la
to start up
cabeza
from
y
the
respire
ATC itself.
normalmente. Aunque fluya el oxígeno, la bolsa puede no inflarse. Colóquese primero su máscara antes de asistir a otros.
If the cabin
And I've
pressure
lost the
decreases,
sound for
oxygen masks will fall from the compartment above your seat.
the ATC
Pull the
as
mask
well.
towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Adjust it around
Don't know
your
what's
head
going on
and
there.
breathe normally. Although oxygen will flow, the bag may not inflate. Put on your mask first before
Well,
helping others.
that kind of defeats the purpose. Hey Sandra. Alright, so it's telling us taxi to holding point runway 3 right via Lima, Copa 116. And that's at least what I'm saying. Okay, it kind of sucks that I'm not getting the sound from FSHUD ATC now, which kind of defeats the purpose.
Al salir del avión, infla el chaleco, tirando de la manilla roja o soplando.
Anyway, here we go with our taxi.
La luz de emergencia del chaleco se encenderá al contacto con el agua.
Light vests are located under or between the seats. Put the light vest over your head, buckle the strap around your waist, and tighten the strap by pulling it. When leaving the aircraft, inflate the vest by pulling the red handle or blowing into the red tube. The vest's emergency light will illuminate upon contact with water.
Algunos aparatos electrónicos están prohibidos. Encontrará
If you
una lista
require
de
additional
aparatos
lighting,
aprobados en
there is
nuestra
a reading
revista
light on the
digital
panel
Panama.
above you.
Some electronic devices are prohibited on board. You will find a list of approved devices in our digital magazine, Panorama.
Coloque la bandeja y el respaldo de su asiento en posición vertical. Sugerimos, revise la tarjeta de seguridad ubicada en el bolsillo frente a usted.
Place your tray table and seat back in their upright position. We suggest that you review the safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you.
Gracias por su atención y por preferir Copa Airlines. En su próximo viaje, le invitamos a descubrir las maravillas de Panamá, donde la industria del turismo ha implementado las medidas de bioseguridad necesarias para su tranquilidad.
Thank you for your attention and for choosing Copa Airlines. On your next trip, we invite you to discover the wonders of Panama, where the tourism industry has implemented the necessary biosafety measures for your peace of mind.
Alright, we're still a kilometer out from the runway here. A nice long taxi. Well, not a terribly long taxi, but about 1,000 meters to go. Yeah. So I've been watching, well I haven't been watching, but I've seen a lot of people talking about, a lot of videos talking about the improved frame rate, improved performance with Sim Up A10. I've yet to see it. Of course, I do have the GeForce GTX 1070 from NVIDIA graphics card, so I don't get to take advantage of things like the DLSS and stuff like that. So I am looking forward. We're seeing amazing things are coming out, rumors at least, about the performance with the 40 series from NVIDIA that actually can double the frame rate you're getting, and that's after. I like how I got the tiller completely turned one way and it just overreacts the other direction. Why is my sound not working for the ATC? Every time. There's always got to be something broken. Always one thing or another. Okay, well I'm going to turn it off and restart that. We are ready to go here though, so we'll turn on the landing lights. Strobe set to auto. Down over here, turn on our ATC and TCAS Tara. Let's check. We are good. get into a holding position. I feel like my computer's falling apart too at the same time, which is great because I can't afford to replace everything. Okay, now it's going to overturn. Okay. And here we go. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. There we go. Thrust to climb. Flaps 1 retracted. Turn off the ground lights. We'll hit the autopilot.
Copa 116, contact Panama, approach 119.2.
Contact Panama, approach 119.2. Copa 116.
Yeah, performance is leaving a lot to be desired.
Panama approach, Copa 116. Sim2 Alpha, departure at 3,100, climbing 5,000. Copa 116, radar contact, continue climb 5,000, altimeter 2977. Continue climb 5,000, Copa 116.
Beautiful morning departure out of Panama City, headed up to San Jose, Costa Rica. Welcome in if you're just joining. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please feel free to hit that like button. That helps more people see the stream. And if you aren't already, also subscribe over on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, a follow would be great. And if you want to show a little bit of financial support, which would be very helpful, living on a budget here, especially with the new house that we bought, mortgages and groceries. If you want to show a little financial support, if you can, that'd be awesome. Not required, but there is a few links in the description for buy me a coffee, Patreon, that kind of stuff. I think I have too many of them. I think I just need to settle on one, but I think Stream Elements you can donate through. If you're over on Twitch, you can purchase a subscription. It is September, so I think subs are on a discounted rate right now. But yeah, any of that, anything you guys send my way, that's going to go back into upgrades for the stream, whether it's buying new games or, especially for Flight Simulator, buying some airports or airplanes or whatever it is. That's where that money goes. It's, big thing is we need to get a new graphics card for sure. Unlock everything that Flight Simulator has to offer. Alright, we're at 5,000 feet. Which I believe is the limit right now for... I don't know why we're only at 5,000 feet. What's going on here? Nothing on the chart saying we have to be at 5,000 feet.
Panama approach, Copa 116. Request climb, flight level 360. Copa 116, maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 360 after Hotas QNH 1009. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 360 after Hotas, Copa 116.
Why do I wait until Hotas to climb? That's like half the flight. Like, why? Oh, here. Find me out here. At least get like. Yeah, that wasn't good. Every time I was clicking the button in FSATC, it was chopping up our flow here. So.
Copa 116, maintain 5,000. Expect 16,000 at Hotas QNH 1009.
It's so weird. Why are they not clearing us?
5,000. Expect 16,000 at Hotas, Copa 116.
Okay, I guess we're gonna fly 5,000 feet until Hotas, which is 85 miles out. So we're not even. Well, I mean, it's like half. The top of climb is like right after Hotas, and I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of really weird. Yeah, every time I click, it pauses. That's not good.
Panama approach, Copa 116. Request climb.
Sometimes integrating your app right into the simulator can have undesired effects. I
expect flight level 360 after Hotas QNH 1009.
I don't see any reason why we can't go up to 330. I'm just going to go up there right now.
Level 360 after Hotas, Copa 116.
There's literally nothing on the flight plan. There's nothing on the charts. There's no limits on this standard instrument departure. This is just ATC being weird. And maybe I would do it if the flight wasn't so short, but if we're going to fly at 5,000 feet, why even climb to 36,000 then? Why are we constrained? Okay, we're constrained until 5,000. It keeps saying until after Hotas, but I think it's after Seaman is where. Because there's no way we're constrained. I mean, we could be. Who knows? Yeah, Hotas doesn't have a restraint. Seaman does. I didn't see anything on the chart. Sid, though. Nothing on the SID saying that we're... Oh no, we are. Turn left track to 90 to Seaman, maintain 5,000, climb according to ATC instructions. Obviously. Alright, so. I went up over... What is this? Cologne. Now the radar, which obviously on the live weather and flight simulator is a little behind. The radar is showing rain in this area, but I guess we're gonna miss it. We're only at 5,000 feet, so we get a nice view of looks like just a ton of warehouses.
Copa 116, climb and maintain 14,000. Climb and maintain 14,000.
There.
Copa 116.
Finally. I actually knew where the Panama Canal was. Check. We're crossing 8,500. Nice lower level clouds today. I like that. Good cloud cover today, where there's some really low ones. I think that's an update that they've had, that the clouds, you can actually get the clouds all the way down to ground level, so you can actually get some zero visibility landings and stuff. Where usually you'd be zero until maybe 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, and then it's perfectly clear. You couldn't get like ground fog too much. Yeah, landing lights off, seatbelt signs go off as well.
Seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page with a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV.
Panama approach, Copa 758, inbound, Tango Bravo Golf at 14,500, descending 4,200.
Copa 758, radar contact. Continue descent 4,200 to NH1009er.
Continue descent 4,200, Copa 758.
Oh, okay, there were a couple canals back there near Cologne, and that actually is part of the Panama Canal. See, I always thought the Panama Canal was, it actually, I don't know if they flooded, but there is kind of like this man-made looking lake or something, Gatun Lake, which is actually most of the canal. I thought the canal was much bigger. I mean, it's pretty big, but I thought it was. You see right back there, there's Gatun Lake.
Report when ready for descent.
Behind us, you see it.
Copa 116, climb and maintain. Flight level 240, contact Panama Center 120.
You see those two canals kind of leading into the lake?
Climb and maintain.
There's the Panama Canal. That's part of the Panama Canal, I would guess. And right near Panama City, there's the other end of it.
Panama Center, Copa 116, inbound, Hotas at 14,500, climbing, flight level 240. com. Cleared to land 15. Cleared to land 159880. Climb and maintain flight level 220. Climb and maintain flight level 220, 314.
I don't know, the last few weeks I've been just scatterbrains, just scatter shot all over the place. I've been wanting to make start making some more YouTube videos, just dedicated videos, and kind of get away from gaming, just making gaming videos, but doing some history videos or something like that, which I'm hoping might gain a little bit more traction. And working on that, but then kind of while learning different techniques and different things and how to do things in Premiere, fell into looking at stuff in After Effects, and now I'm playing around in After Effects doing maps and stuff, and at the end of this stream and the next stream, well, I think will be even better, I put together when we look at the world map, and hopefully they'll enjoy it. A little bit better than just zooming in on Illustrator or whatever. It kind of takes a little bit of work though, and hopefully I'll get quicker at it. As with all things, the more you use a program and get experience in it, obviously you become quicker and more efficient with your workflow. Right now it's just like, how do I do this? How do I do this? So, hopefully building into the toolkit a little bit, I guess, is what you'd say. Again, a pretty short flight. So we're going to be doing 2 world tour flights today, and maybe, if we have time, we'll get a US tour flight in. But I want to get 2 flights in today on the world tour since on, what would have been Thursday? Thursday's stream, we had issues doing this flight, and I just kind of want to stay on. Keep knocking out these world tour flights because I want to eventually finish this world tour and maybe branch out into doing different kind of tours or flying. We got the US tour going. Maybe in the future we do a Europe tour or a Africa tour again. I mean, even though we kind of did that with the world tour, I mean, it's not as... I mean, the US, there's just so big that you almost need to do a US tour. But maybe branch out and just do you guys request flights and do those a lot more often. Once this world tour is done, I can do that a little bit more, or just kind of do more random flights. I've been kind of doing this idea of a world tour since X-Plane, since I first started flying an X-Plane back in 2018, and still haven't flown to every country in the world. Making great progress now in Flight Simulator. I want to say we're halfway there, and obviously we've got a lot of places to go. We're on Flight 180. I don't think we're going to finish up with North America until about Flight 220, and I'm gonna kind of do a mini US tour. We're gonna have a few US flights on this world tour once we get out of the Caribbean. I'm kind of just cutting across the continent just because get to a few different airports. That might change, and we might just do like a New York, because I think we're flying into JFK out of Bermuda. And so maybe we'll just do JFK all the way over to San Diego or something, or whatever it is, LA, and then fly out to Hawaii. But that'll be a long flight, and so I'm kind of breaking it up maybe, but I don't even know if the breaking up is going to shorten it. So we'll see how when we get to that point. We're coming up really quick on doing the Caribbean, and there's a few flights I need to figure out what plane are we going to be flying in, and can we find the right livery, because so many of these flights are going to be flown more in the ATR 72. We have a flight that I think is in a Pilatus, so hopefully I can finish the stream, or find the liveries. Find the liveries. Maybe get the Islander. I've been thinking of buying the Islander, or buying one of these smaller planes that has some liveries for it. I don't think I'm going to do that though. If we can't get the livery, we'll just kind of make up and use different liveries and mix and match, because I can't really afford too much extra goodies right now. Or I can't justify it to myself, at least. Mika's finished watching Dahmer on Netflix. Very disturbing, really great show. I didn't watch the whole thing. It would have been interesting. It just covers when he's younger, right? It doesn't get into like when he actually was getting into the murdering and the eating. But no, he didn't eat. He just kept the body parts and made them. I mix up my Wisconsin serial killers.
Flight level 360. Climate maintained. Flight level 360. Copa 116.
Now, an interesting thing about that, Mika, because I'm from Milwaukee. I grew up here. Oh, it goes the whole time. I wonder if it gets in. I'm gonna have to watch it, because I wonder if it tells, if it really goes into where, like, because I think he was caught because his grandma, he was disposing of bodies at his grandma's house. It'd be interesting if they kind of went into where his grandma lived exactly, like street, because my mom always told me that his grandma lived just down the street from us when I was growing up. When I would have been, I don't know when that was all going on. When do you remember? Let me look it up so I'm not talking on my butt. Let me just get the year right. Jeffrey Dahmer. 10 episodes. I'll have to go back. Well, I'll have to figure out where I can find it now. Okay, so he was killed in 94, so he was already in. But we... Let's see. 91. So we probably... Yeah, he was arrested in July 1991. Okay, so we were living on... Yeah, we were living on 68th and Cleveland at that point. And I would have been 4 years old. My brother would have been, you know, just been born. Yep. Guy escaped. That was on the north side of Milwaukee, too, where the guy escaped. So let's see. Well, that's what I'm wondering, if they kind of showed like where in Milwaukee he was, because I believe his mom always told, or my mom always told me that his grandma lived just down the street from us, and he would actually use the bus stop that was just down the street from our house, a couple of houses over. So we weren't right on the corner of 68th and Cleveland where the bus stop was. We were, I think, 1 or 2 houses over. And now he didn't do his killings down there, because I'll kind of show you. Let me pull up. Just give you an idea where I was and then where he was actually picking guys up.
Cleared to land. 01.
And they probably I'm guessing they showed this. I'm going to have to see. That's why I'm curious. Let's see if I can get. Everything's kind of being weird on my computer. Alright, so there's Jeffrey Dahmer. We want to go and look on Google Maps. Alright, so here you got, obviously you got Milwaukee. And we used to live, when I was growing up, so basically Milwaukee split right here by Interstate 94. We have the north side, which is mostly Milwaukee, and then the south side, which is a lot more, here I'll click on Milwaukee, kind of show you. Like most of Milwaukee is actually more on the north side. Well, his grandma, we lived right here on 68th and Cleveland. We lived right, probably in this house, actually. We lived in this house. So we were one house over from the corner. We lived in this duplex. And bus stop is right there. I don't know where his grandma lived, but she probably lived, you know, in this area. And he would walk to the bus stop, I guess my mom would say. And she saw him one day, and now again, this might just be her in hindsight saying this, but she saw him, you know, and he just kind of looked weird. And she's like, get away, you know. I was playing out in the front yard, and it's like, hey, come back over here, you know, because that guy looked creepy. I'm guessing that was probably more in hindsight, and who knows if it's real. I mean, people make up stories like that, but I don't know. I'd be interested to see if the Netflix special talked about like because he would dissolve the body parts and stuff in acid in his grandmother's house, I believe. And so, where did she live? I don't know for sure. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that maybe. But I believe he did. Let's see, he did the picks. Yeah, relocation to West Allis, Wisconsin. That's where I was. Yeah, his grandmother was in West Allis. That's where we lived. Well, technically, right there is actually Milwaukee, right there. So he might have been. Because if you kind of look at the borders, we'll bring up West Allis. Like his grandma might have lived over here even, because you know, West Allis kind of goes over there. So if his grandma lived in West Allis, he would have been in the area possibly to pick up the bus. I don't know, or we might have been somewhere. But anyway, Close to Kinnickinnic River. Now that was in 1986 before I was born, but that would have been down here. Kinnickinnic River is right there. A little bit further east from where we lived at that point. So he did do some stuff on the south side, near where I was, but it was kind of lewd and lascivious behavior. Late 20s. Here's something. Murders. Now this, I think most of it looks like that's in Michigan. North 25th Street. So I think this is where he lived. Yeah, he lived up on the north side. So North 25th Street would have been right over. He probably lived right in here, actually. With that address, probably in this area. Midtown. So he was kind of in different areas there. I'm gonna have to look and I'm gonna have to watch and see, because I'm looking at the Wikipedia. It doesn't say like where where his grandma lived, and I'm assuming they probably don't. And I'm guessing probably in the Netflix special they don't either. But I did. I started watching it, but I just... Maybe I didn't even start watching the Netflix thing. I think I started watching that, the movie. That's what it is. I was thinking the movie that came out of that. There was like a Netflix series. I think it was a Netflix movie, or it was just a movie. The Dahmer movie that came out. But then I think there's also a Netflix... What was it? It's like My Friend Dahmer, I think, is the movie. And then they did... So I'm gonna have to watch check out the special, or check out the Netflix thing. Didn't Netflix do? I think Netflix also was the one they did The Making of a Murderer or whatever. And that was the one about Stephen Avery, who was from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, I believe. So we have all of them. I mean, obviously you have Ed Gein, which I believe the movie Psycho is kind of based on Ed Gein, the character of Ed Gein, a little bit. Even I think the beginning of the movie starts with a clip of Ed Gein, so it might have been kind of, they had Ed Gein, but then there was... We definitely have our share of very famous murderers and serial killers. John Wayne Gacy, yep, he was also... Maybe John Wayne Gacy was one. He dressed up as a clown, didn't he? Oh yeah. And then of course when we lived up north, I mean, you drive through Portage, Wisconsin, that's where the big correctional facility is, and drive right past where all these guys, lived much of the rest of their lives.
Expect India, Quad 3 India, arrival to ALS, Zulu, approach, runway.
Yeah, of course, Dahmer didn't last too long. In prison, was killed by a guy out of Chicago who was there.
Copa 116, expect Quad 3 India, ALS, Zulu, approach.
SNL Chinkin is Nick Gestartet is the
expect Quad 3 India arrival tower ILS Zulu approach runway 07 report when ready for descent Copa 116
expect tire new RNAV approach runway 18 report when ready for descent.
Hostile is I can read a little bit of that. Again, my German is my German is not that advanced. I need to work on that. He is talking about food, but I'm not sure what food he's talking
Flight
about.
level 240. Descend and maintain flight level 2406.
Alright, we're ready for descent.
Heavy.
Copa 116. Ready for
I can read the
descent.
Essen und Trinken ist nicht gestattet.
Copa
What is
116.
gestattet?
Maintain flight level
Is D,
360.
yeah, then it
Contact
gets
Central
a
America.
lot of words I don't know yet. And
124.3.
maybe that's the one I have to go back and do again. I'm doing Spanish right now on Duolingo. I need to
Contact Central America. Center 124.
go back to German
Copa
and
116.
do that some more. Same with Chinese.
Central America Center, Copa 116. Inbound, at flight level 360.
Alright, so we're already coming up on Costa Rica.
Radar contact. Maintain flight
Beautiful
level
mountain ranges.
360.
Maintain flight level 360. Copa 116.
Let's get our arrival data. Top of descent reached. So with the experimental, it actually tells you top of descent now. Let's go get our metadata. Oh, the request metar send. See messages.
Copa 465. Climb and maintain flight level 330. Contact Panama Center 120.3. Copa 116. Descend and maintain flight level 270.
Descend and maintain flight level 270. Copa 116.
Climb and maintain flight
Alright, so we are on the star, coming up on Quare. We need to be below flight level 260 and above 16,000. So hopefully they clear us. They are 270. And Turo, we're going to be at 210 knots, 10,000 feet into our approach. Looks like I think about 8,000 once we get to Tomas. Carba, we're going to be down to 6,000 feet.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily.
And at, I think we're getting, yeah, we're going to capture glide slope at 6,000 feet. Maybe at Monte at 4,900. Minimum ILS is going to be 3162 for the minimums. Transition altitude is 19,000. That's a strange one. Let's see. And this, even the minimum, 222 feet above the runway. A little strange. Altimeter set in inches, so that's interesting. I didn't notice that on the other ones, so I'm going to have to change that so that they report it to us in inches as we come in. I think on my metadata, though, it's still going to be in. We'll see what it gives us. Print that out. Oh, nope, it is in inches right there. So let's go to performance. Go through the next phase. There it is. Alright, QNH 2998 inches mercury. Temperature 19. And our winds 110 at 4 knots. Transition is 19,000 feet, not 20,000. Actually, it's getting at 20,000.
Radar contact.
It does say transition level, as an altitude is 19,000.
Maintain 10,000. 5179. 5179. Clear visual approach at 900. Runway 05. Report runway in sight. Clear visual approach at 900. Runway 05. Report runway in sight. 5179.
Jackie, what's going on?
5179. Runway
Bad news and a bad news and a bad news? What's going on? Hopefully it's nothing too bad.
8040 altimeter 2989 cleared visual approach at 4100
sick of vomiting and coughing.
Report
That's not
runway
good.
in sight.
Cleared visual approach.
I'm hoping I can avoid that this year.
100, runway 09.
That'd be
Report runway
nice.
in sight. 8040. 8040. Runway in sight.
8040, contact Hotas, Tower 118.3. Copper 116, descend and maintain 18,200, altimeter 2989er.
Descend and maintain 18,200. Copper 116. Contact Tower 118.3. 8040.
Alright, 18,200. Weird, but Tobic, we need to be above 15,000, so we should be fine there.
Cleared Qua 3 India. Arrival Copper 116.
What do you mean you can't hear anything? There's a lot of things going on here. Like, on my stream, or like in your house?
Maintain flight level 220. Contact Panama.
We're cleared
Center
for arrival.
120.3.
Maintain flight level 220. Contact Panama. Center 120.3. 90776.
7. Radar contact. Descend and maintain 900. Altimeter 2991.
I'm wondering why the speed isn't coming down to 250.
7. Cleared visual approach at 900. Runway 04. Report runway in sight.
Cleared visual approach at 900. Runway 04. Report runway in sight. 7.
Sensor 1032. Wind calm. Clear to land 13.
Clear to land 13. Sun 1032. 7. Runway in sight.
7. Continue approach.
Continue approach 7.
5959er. Radar contact. Proceed direct Tango Alpha Bravo Oscar Golf. Climb and maintain 9,000. Altimeter 2992.
Proceed direct Tango Alpha Bravo Oscar Golf. Climb and maintain 9,000. 59er. Central American Center, Sun 1022, inbound, Lima, India, Bravo, at 16,700, descending, 7,000.
I've noticed on a lot of our flights lately, descending is so much more difficult than it used to be.
Continue descent, 7,000.
You know, trying to get down to that speed, and then for some reason it's just the plane, you can't get down. We're supposed to be at 10,000 at Turo. I don't think we're going to be there. So it looks like we can go into a holding pattern at Turo, and that's probably what we're going to do. Unless we
contact Panama Center 120.3.
get down a little
Contact
quicker.
Panama Center 120.3.
Where's Turo?
407.
Let's hit that. Hold. I'm going to do a left turn.
Copper 116. Descend and maintain 8,000. Altimeter
Left turn,
2993. Contact Toto. Approach 120.5.
Descend and maintain 8,000. Contact Coco. Approach 120.5. Copper 116. Coco approach. Copper 116. Qua 3 India. Arrival at flight level 200. Descending 8,000.
Copa 116. Radar contact. Continue descent 8,000.
So I think this green dot is similar to the little snowflake on the, like the VNAV snowflake on the Boeing.
Copper 116.
Even though I find that, or that might just be our, no, that's our target altitude, I think. I think that's what that is. Or like, it could be on, I don't know actually what I'm talking about, but Alright, QNH, we're way up here actually. 2990, that's at least what ATC told us. Oh, 2993. Continue descent, 8,000 feet. I mean, we're good right now with altitude. We're above where we need to be, but we do need to get down to 210 knots at Turo and 10,000 feet, and so that's why we're gonna have to hold. Because where's my hold though? It's not really a hold. That's a I don't know what that is.
Begun our final descent into your
So there, over there we got the Pacific Ocean.
Passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat
And
back
over there we
pocket or
got
under
the
seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any
Caribbean
larger
and the
electronics.
Atlantic off to our right. Kind of in the center of the country now, so.
Copa 116, proceed direct to Taru.
Proceed direct to Taru, Copa 116.
Okay, good. There's the hold I want. That's exactly what we have on the chart. Go in. We'll probably do one loop. We might not need to. We'll see how it goes. We need to slow it down here though. Get to 10,000. Might be able to.
Coco approach, Sun 1050.
Actually, we'll just kind of vector out.
November 4, departure at 5,500, climbing 15,000.
Sun 1050, radar contact, continue climb, 15,000, altimeter 29901.
Continue climb, 15,000, Sun 1050.
Clear the hold. There it is. Alright, get rid of the hold. We're going to be good actually. 10,000, but we do need to slow down. It's 210. And we're going to be coming into our final. Alright, landing lights on. Alright, we're doing really good actually. I thought we were going to have trouble. Still going down to the 8000 now at Tomas.
Copa 116, turn right to heading 344.
Turn right to heading 344, Copa 116. Coco approach 824, heavy, right 3, departure at 5,500, climbing 15,000.
824, heavy, radar contact, continue climb 15,000, altimeter 2989er.
Continue climb 15,000, 824, heavy.
Our minimum 3162.
Copa 116, descend and maintain 6,100.
Descend and maintain 6,100, Copa 116.
6,100, that is going to be Harba. Already got the LS on. Once we make this turn, I'll hit the approach so that we can capture glide slope.
Copa 116, turn right to heading 028.
Turn right to heading 028,
turning right in there.
Copa 116.
Copa 116.
Kind of like Ecuador,
right
the Ecuador approach in Quito, where a lot of mountains and it's
Turn
like,
right to heading 039, Copa 116.
Copa 116,
Flaps 2.
turn right to heading 064.
Turn right to heading 064, Copa 116.
They didn't used to give us all these vectors before.
Proceed direct to Carbon.
Proceed direct to Carbon, Copa 116.
Copa 116, descend and maintain 4,900.
Just below the glide slope right now.
Descend and maintain 4,900, Copa 116.
Copa 116, cleared ILS, Zulu, approach at 4,900, runway 07, report established on localizer.
Approach 134.
Cleared ILS, Zulu, approach at 4,900, runway 07, report established on localizer, Copa 116.
I'm going to start a recording right here. Double check, make sure it's recording. Yep. Alright, using the in-game recorder. Notice it's a little bit better. I think I figured out how to use it now. We're established on
Copa 116, established on localizer.
Copa 116, contact Coco, tower 118.6.
Alright, Monty, we could actually be at 185 knots.
118.6, Copa
So
116.
we'll stay at 160 here.
Coco Tower, Copa
Speed
116,
brakes.
on final 07.
Copa 116, continue approach.
Continue approach, Copa 116.
Landing gear down. Alright, we only have one runway, 9,879 feet. We'll go medium auto brake. Approach speed 134. Full flaps. We switch to the Rose VOR. We're on the VOR radial Which radio is this?
2,500.
7-1 or whatever. Yep. And then the other one, if we want to switch to that,
Sun
on that other
1044,
course.
contact Coco, approach.
I'm not sure how we switch onto that.
120.5.
It's kind of pointing the same way.
Contact Coco, approach 120.5. Sun to
Alright, Coco approach. I like that. Coco.
2,000.
Oh, there's the runway right there.
Coco 116, wind 110
We have the glide slope.
degrees,
We are
Echo 9,
cleared to land runway 7.
07.
Cleared to land.
Cleared
0
land 7,
Copa
Copa
116.
116. Alright. We actually have a tailwind, which is not ideal, but it's not a ton. Check.
$1,000.
Alright, autopilot off.
$500.
There's
100
another
above.
plane from FSATC on the runway.
400. Minimum.
Stupid. Alright, we're at our minimums. I feel like we're kind of
300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Copa 116, when vacated, contact ground 121.9er.
When vacated, contact ground 121.9.
Or just some random lights in the runway. Okay, random lights. We got a Southwest Airlines here? I wonder if these are... Yeah, too many stock Neos for some reason. We do have a Copa and... Or no, it looks like United and a Southwest. Is that a Polaris? Oh, actually. Right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 6:40 a.m. and it's currently about 19 degrees Celsius.
Coco ground,
You can now
Copa
use your mobile
116.
devices.
Runway
Please
vacated
remain
with
seated
Alpha.
until the aircraft
Copa
has come to a
116,
complete
taxi
stop
2,
and
parking
the seatbelt
7,
sign is
via
on.
Alpha.
Remember to use caution
Taxi
when
2,
opening
parking
overhead
7,
bins
via
and
Alpha,
any
Copa
during the
116.
flight. We thank you for flying with us.
Alright. Gate 7. Where did we exit? Charlie? Delta. Alright, we're at Delta. Gate 7 is going to be on the far right. Let's see if we can find it. Doesn't look like there's any markings. Right, actually there's gate markings on the building. Looks like we're between Southwest and United. Doesn't look like, actually, it's like, except United's too far over. Doesn't look like there's enough room. And as soon as I get in here, United's going to disappear, unfortunately, but looks like the parking spots are all off and a little too small. So they don't look big enough. Oh, yeesh. Yeah, so there goes United. All of our attempts for realism undermined constantly in this sim. Oh, I forgot to do GSX. I was watching, I don't know who I was watching, but they used the
Remove to
GSX
stop the engines to request ground services.
earlier, but I can't there. I guess I can do actually the follow me stuff, because then this guy will actually do something. Yeah, so we lost Southwest and United because just the parking is too narrow, it seems. Alright, engines are coming off. We have the APU. Here comes the engines. Track that. Radar, predicted wind shear. And now we can ask for ground power unit and request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
And I'm actually at the wrong unit anyway. For some reason, Southwest, which is kind of funny because the whole point of AT's fit, the FS HUD ATC, is that there shouldn't be planes where you're supposed to be going. Now Avianca has populated. We're at the wrong gate, but good enough. Alright, seatbelt signs off, passengers can come off. APU bleed. Crew supply. Turn off the navs for now. Fuel pumps come down.
Contact
Passengers
Coco
deboarding
Tower
started.
118.6. Contact Coco Tower 118.6. Sansa 1046.
These are great looking, of course, our floating passengers, because the jetway is not exactly lined up with GSX. Oh well. There's so many things you can do to make these work right. Anyway, this is San Jose, Santamaria International. This is a freeware upgrade, so that's possibly why passengers are loading, because the GSX probably, I'm guessing what's going on with GSX is that they think the parking spaces are a little bit further over maybe or something. So what I could do is I could go in the editor and actually fix that. I didn't do that, but I think I need to pay attention and do that a little bit more often. Figure out what gate I want to go to and do that. Alright, anyway, passengers are deboarding there. Let's pull up Volanta. Take a look at what our landing rate was. Alright, welcome to Juan Santamaria International. There's our flight. See quite a bit of time at 5,000, then finally climbed, and then back in. We flew over, so there's the Panama Canal right there, and then it goes into this lake. And then there's two little parts right there, the entrance on that side. Our landing rate, 134 feet per minute, not bad. I feel like we floated. I feel like I floated. Let me tell where the touchdown spot is. That's a cool thing with Sim Toolkit, is they see your touchdown if you were centered. I think we did a pretty decent landing. Floated a little bit, but not bad on the landing rate, so good about that. Forgot to put a poll up to ask you guys. Alright, goodbye Volanta. Passengers are still deboarding into the air. At least these guys always work pretty decently. Or kind of. Why I'm glitching so much? Okay, there we go. Alright, and here we go. I'm going to show you, get our world map up and check out where there we go. And so we flew over from Panama over to Costa Rica. And there's Costa Rica's flag reveal. And next time we're going to be flying, next flight right now, up to Guatemala. So a little rough. I screwed up my export on this, and then I made the next map and overwrote this one. So kind of not perfect, but just working on doing some stuff with this map, and I think that works a little bit better than me trying to open Illustrator while we're streaming. Why? The frame rate's so horrible. Alright, let's just deboard everyone.
Crew deboarding starting.
And finally, we'll take a look at Pack X, if I can find. And here's Pack X. Here's our passengers. Our passenger list. And Alexandria Rivera is the last one we got to plane. What I like about Pack X, again, I've said this many times, is the localized games. Right now, we got a lot of good mix of Hispanic, Spanish, and American names because we're over here. We'll end the flight and see what they think. Soft landing? Yep. What sort of airline doesn't have drinks? I don't know why they give you drinks. Sorry. I'm totally telling my friends about this airline, and that landing was very smooth. Thank you. Yes, it was. I was impressed myself. Alright, so just waiting for the cargo to come off board, but in any case, let's kind of zoom out.
Q481 heavy gate 18 request pushback and start up. Coco ground 1951 heavy gate 25 request pushback and start up. Q481 heavy pushback and start up.
I like hearing the ATC from the other planes, but they leave a lot to be desired as far as movement. So I think next flight maybe we'll try to use Alpha Group traffic and see how that works. Unfortunately, you won't get to hear the other ATC, and I don't know. Having a little glitchiness with the texture or something there. Well, thanks for coming on this flight. I'm gonna grab the link for you guys on YouTube for the next flight. We're gonna be taking up to Guatemala. Another short one. Might be a little bit longer than this flight though. Let's get that one. Alright, here you go. There's the link to the next flight. So click that, get over there. I'm going to end this stream's going to go to intermission, and on YouTube the stream will end. Go over to that other link for the Guatemala flight, and I will see you in... the stream should be coming up at 8 o'clock. I don't know if it'll be going live immediately at 8 o'clock for you guys on YouTube, but within a few minutes of it as I set up the next flight. So I will see you then, and until I see you again, if I don't see you again, take care, happy flying, all that good stuff, and hopefully I'll see you in just 10-15 minutes for the next flight.